Okay, here we are back for part 2 of typical test questions 3 and 4, working with real-world data on nominal GDP. Let's look at a new set of data. We got an example for 1975 and 2015 nominal GDP values of 1,689, and for 2015 1,8037. Just think about that. That's $1.7 trillion and $18 trillion, and you're thinking, oh yeah, looks like maybe 10 times from 1.7 to 18. This is just over 10 times as much nominal GDP. Now what we need, of course, is information about how much inflation there was so we can interpret these nominal GDP. So let me give you the key additional data we need here. I'm going to pause and write it down. All right, there we go. I've added the key information that we need in order to be able to make use of nominal GDP data to actually start talking about what really happened in the economy. Specifically, we're looking at this thing here called the GDP deflator. Check your notes on that. This is an example of a price index. We'll cover lots more on price indexes later, but for now, you just need to be able to interpret these numbers. This GDP deflator is telling us how much the stuff in GDP cost at different times. And what it's doing is expressing the cost of the stuff in GDP as a percentage of the base year. So our base year here is 2009. What this is telling us is that in the year 2015, stuff cost about 110% as much as it did in the base year. Look to the year 1975 and answer the question, how much did stuff cost in 1975 compared to in 2009? You say, wow, that's so easy. Stuff in 1975 cost 31.36% as much as it did in the base year 2009. Now, typical test question 3 is a question something like, on average, how much did stuff in 1975 cost compared to in 2015? Well, think about that. We're being asked to compare the prices of stuff in 1975 when stuff cost 31.36% as much as in the base year, to how much it cost in 2015 when stuff cost 110% as much. And if you think about it, there is the ratio there that tells us how much stuff in 1975 cost compared to in 2015. Which, if you look at it, is just going to be a little bit under 30% as much will be our answer. Let's calculate that. All right, there's our value of 31.36. How much stuff cost in 1975? Let's divide it by 110.0. No need for the zero. We take the ratio 0.285. So 28.5%. Write that down. And make sure you know how to express that in English by saying that based on the GDP deflator telling us about the prices of the stuff in GDP, we'd say that stuff in 1975 cost, on average, about 28.5% as much as it would cost in 2015. Okay, so that 28.5% is the key number to make sure you understand for the purposes of answering typical test question 3. Look for another video to cover typical test question 4. Bye for now.